Hey everybody, this is Mrs. Wally. We're going to work on the context clues activity from the medicine bag. I'm going to do a couple of these with you to give you like an example of how you should get it done, and then you should be able to do the rest. You can find this in the context clues refresher activity. It's found in Canvas. And it's in our new module for this week, Module 8. We're discussing theme, RL 8.2, and we're reading the text, The Medicine Bag. And you can find it in the asynchronous section where it says Wednesday asynchronous. As a direction say, complete the following chart after reviewing the context clues refresher slides, or you can watch the video. The vocabulary words in context from the selection is given in the first two columns. Students should complete the last two columns. In the third column, write the best type of strategy. Remember those strategies that we had. Is it a definition? Is it synonyms, explanations, etc.? That readers should use to determine the meaning of the word. In the last column, you write the definition of the vocabulary word based on the way it is used in the context. Context clues strategies include synonyms, antonyms, example, explanation, definition, or inference. You won't use them all. You may use some or you may use all. So we're going to start off with the first word, authentic. Let's read about the context clues. We always had some authentic Sue article to show our listeners. One year, Cheryl had new moccasins that Grandpa had made. On another visit, he made me a small, round, flat, rawhide drum, which was decorated with a painting of a warrior riding a horse. So what would you think the best strategy would be? Is it an example? Is it an explanation, definition, or an inference? Well, let's go back into the sentence. We always had some authentic Sue article to show our listeners. So we see the word authentic. As we continue to read on, one year, Cheryl had new moccasins. So here's an example. So right there, we see that this is an example. That is the best strategy. Because you see in the sentences, it says Cheryl had new moccasins that Grandpa had made. On another visit, he gave me a small, round, flat, rawhide drum, which was decorated with a painting of a warrior riding on the horse. The new moccasins and the small, round drum. Those are examples of authentic Sue articles. So we would put in this column, example. The definition of authentic would be authentic Sue article to show our listeners. So if something is authentic, we know that it is real or genuine. And we get that definition from looking at the other words surrounding it, looking at the example. If you're looking for Sue articles, it needs to be authentic. And a Sue article is moccasins and drums. So that's real or genuine. The next one, stately. Grandpa wasn't tall and stately like TV Indians. When you're talking about stately, you have to look at the other words around them. So stately, you see the word tall, that would mean it's a synonym. Now, if you want to know what stately means, we can say that stately means standing tall or standing high. Then the last one, commotion. There are a lot of yippy poodles and other fancy little dogs in our neighborhood, but they usually bark singingly at the mailman from the safety of their own yards. Now it sounded as if a whole pack of mutts were barking together in one place. I got up and walked to the curb to see what the commotion was. When we're looking at the word commotion, we have to figure out, is it an example, a synonym, an antonym, explanation, or definition? So let's go back into the sentence, the paragraph of the sentence. There are a lot of yippy poodles and other fancy dogs in our neighborhood, but they usually bark singingly at the mailman from the safety of their own yards. Now it sounded as if the whole pack of mutts were barking together in one place. I got up and walked to the curb to see what the commotion was. So we're seeing up here a lot of yippy poodles, but they usually barked in their own yards. So this right here tells me from the context clues that it was commotion, that this is an explanation. And the word commotion means, if we're looking at those words, it's noisy. So you see words like yippy, you see barked. So noisy is commotion. How we got that it was an explanation is pretty much we're looking at the other words that are in that sentence. And this pretty much explains what commotion is. So now that I've gone over 3 with you, you'll be responsible for the rest of them. And the best way for you to get it done is to go back to your context clues refresher, slides, or look at your video. I hope this helps. Guys, have a great day.